Well, I guess it's finally time. It's time to put the spray coop to work. One load after another. Because we only got a 225 gallon tank, so what would be one fill up for the big sprayer, we got like 4. Alright, we did some upgrades. Look at that, we got our water tank, but I took the inductor off our sprayer and put up here on the trailer because that tank's gonna fill up really fast and there's a lot of chemical to measure and get put in that tank before it fills up. But, so I got our Roundup sitting up there. I'll dump it straight into the top of the tank. I got our second product measured out and put in the inductor ready to go in. I'm gonna rinse this measuring cup out and I'm gonna get the third product ready to go and get the fourth one ready because there's 6 total products that you have to measure out. So we're gonna try to move through them as fast as we can. But I think you guys are going to set out this first batch because I need to figure out what I'm doing. So I guess I'll check back in with y'all when it's time to do the second batch. Well, things are going in a positive direction. I just loaded up with my third load of the day. I'm going to finish spraying this field, which is about 50 acres or so. So we did it in 3 loads. I'm going to carry a little bit to the next field, and then I'm going to park the spray coop at our neighbor or our partner's shop because it's all one big circle. And then that'll be it for the day because the horse dorks have taken the truck for the 457th time this week when we need to spray and we have important stuff to do. But hey, they have to practice. They have to. It's undeniable to them. But anyways, reason it's the last load so they're out of water. So now I have to wait on the truck to come back here, hook up, fill it with water, and take it to the next field because we're no longer right beside the chicken houses anymore. It's time to move after this load. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. The spray coop, I'm liking it. The air conditioner is not working. It is just the fan, but I'm not sweating awful in there. I'm spraying about 8 to 10 miles an hour. And we're doing 15 gallons an acre. And I got a little Raven screen in there because that's about all you can fit in there. I don't like the Raven at all. It's a pain to follow. It's always jumping around. So I hope I've sprayed all the field. But yeah, other than that, I mean, the spray coop is doing what it's supposed to do. I still just think we may have been happier buying something else and spending some more money.
From Central City, Kentucky, the home of True Vine Farms, the one and only Farmer King.
In case you're wondering what it looked like in here, here's the little Raven screen and steering wheel, throttle. The pressure gauges are outside of the cab. But yeah, like I said, she's not... If we decide to keep her, I'm going to order a cab kit for the thing and we'll get the air conditioner working and we'll make it nice in here, nice and cozy. But I'm sort of hoping we have something different come next year. I don't know, but we'll just see how much money we make at the end of the year. See if we can afford anything else. It's a wrap on day 1 with the spray coop. I mean, don't get me wrong, it works. It does what it's supposed to do and it works great. Floats across wet ground. Doesn't really hit a lot of beans down. But I just wish there was a better guidance system in there other than like a Raven Cruiser is what's in there. And the Raven Cruiser works fine. It just jumps around a lot and I've never really used it before. And this field that we're in was a pain in the butt is what it was. But it's got a bunch of washouts in it. And it's one of those things when you're renting ground on a year-to-year basis, the farmer can't invest a lot of money and fix the stuff that needs to be fixed because you may not have it next year. And I think every farmer's in that boat. If you have ground on a year-to-year lease, you're just planting it and harvesting it because You don't want to invest any money in the ground because you may not have it next year. But anyways, so that ground, you had a bunch of washouts you had to go around, and the cruiser just likes to jump around and doesn't want to stick on a line. Now, with that being said, I hope I sprayed the whole field. I tried my best to. But it should be better tomorrow because none of the other fields are like that. It's just one of those things that took about 2.5 hours to spray 55 acres. It's just one of those, it's the fill up. That's the problem. The tank capacity, there ain't no tank capacity. The Spra Coupe. Give you guys a idea how big my cab is. My lunchbox, it's got right on the outside. It can't fit in here. But yeah, it's time to mix another batch up. Batch 457 for 100 acres of beans so far that's ready. My child-sized tank back there. Oh, don't you love to complain? One of my specialties. Actually, I think anybody's specialty is complaining. But just be grateful, right? 10 miles an hour means I get a lot done with 50-foot booms at 15 gallons an acre. Actually, I don't get that much done, but it sure does keep you busy. That's one positive. Well, things have went sideways a little bit with the spraying. You drive down there, all of a sudden the wind picks up. As soon as you come back, the wind's back down. Anyways, it's not too windy to spray 80% of the time. We're having just wind gusts back and forth. So I've just decided that, you know, we spend a bunch of money on chemicals every year, and well, I'd sort of like to get my money's worth out of the chemicals and not have to go spray again, because, you know, I sprayed when it was windy and I killed somebody's yard and then I had to spray again. But with that being said, I believe it's supposed to be 3 and 4. Yes, we're gonna go plant some beans. Between 1 and 3, I have one house of chickens being delivered that I have to go take care of. But they usually call when they're about an hour out, so until they call, I got pressures to set on the closing wheels on the front row units, depths to set. I gotta adjust the road cleaners on the front units, and then I gotta fill this thing up. And well, I am literally by myself today, so for the time being. So well, I guess we will see what happens, because we got 20 acres of our ground left to plant that was too wet to plant when we planted the rest of the field, and then our partner, he's got about a 36-acre field that's ready to plant. Not stuff that we burnt down like a couple of days ago. This one was already burnt down because it was supposed to be corn, but it was too wet for corn. So basically, we're going to fill the hoppers up halfway full to plant the 20 acres, empty out the seed tender back into our pro box right here, and then we're going to dump 2 of his pro boxes into the tender, and we'll go plant. I don't know if it'll be tonight, late tonight, or if it'll be in the morning. I guess we'll just see. I'd rather get it done if I'm getting the planter out, so tomorrow I can focus on spraying. Now, I guess we'll take a walk through the... Well, we got our planter down here now, and it looks like I got a bunch of adjusting to do on road cleaners. All 31. But I guess we're gonna take a walk through the cornfield back up there to go get the seed tender and put some seed on there, because there ain't no need of planting beans if you ain't got no bean seed to plant. Update on our corn crop. This was planted back in the middle of April, and I'd say in about another week to 2 weeks, if we have good weather, I'd say we'll have, right now it's about up to probably about a week to 2 weeks out from being waist high. And well, if we ever get some warm, hot, humid days, you know, like Kentucky specialty, we probably have some pretty tall corn pretty soon. That was a long walk, and it's hot outside. Today's like the hottest day of the year so far. I think it's like 90 degrees. Yeah, it's a little warm.
And you thought that I knew, but I guess I'm not that good at reading signs. 'Cause when I looked at you, I saw something change in your bloodshot eyes. So what are you waiting for? Oh, what are you waiting for? So just tell me when, even if friends, I miss the beginning, 'cause it feels like...
Well, you guys can see the tractor sitting right on the other side of the water tank with the planter. And I planted 2 passes around the outside of this little 7-acre triangle. Just did my inrows last night. It was dark. But I want to get it done because this is the first time this planter has planted beans with all the technology working. And I've learned that row sensors number 5 and 10 on the front row units do not work. And I think the row cleaners in the back are a little heavy. This field's deceiving because it was flooded, so it goes from bare dirt, a ton of trash, bare dirt, ton of trash, and the ton of trash is, well, that's what we believe the row cleaners are on there for, is to help, and it's more for no-till. But they were throwing trash back onto the rows in front, so we're gonna lighten them up a little bit. And then my air compressor switch in the cab that runs the air compressor, it broke. It's the second one this year, so I'm going to do what you call hot wiring it. I'm going to wire it directly to the power source because it runs off the key being off and on. So that's where we're at with that one. I just finished post-spraying the beans. I'm sorry you guys did not get to see much. It was just one of those things, you know. I'm trying to drive this very loose unit across the field, and well, that takes about both hands. But anyways, we got 21 acres of corn spray that we're going to do, and then we're going to hop in the bean planter and plant some beans and yada yada. So yeah, that's the plan. I guess we'll probably see you guys when we get to the bean planter. Well, I'm glad to be back. I missed my planter. Finally, something with some air conditioning. The Sprague Coupe does not come equipped with air conditioning this year. It may or may not work, but I didn't have time to fool with it, and I paid the price for it today. I like this hammer. I think I'll keep it around. So, one thing I'm looking at is my road cleaners. And what I'm doing is I'm adjusting the back ones up so that way they don't throw the trash on one of the front row units, because you know these are 15-inch beams. So now I think they look pretty good. The field had a lot of water on it this fall. So like you get over here where the residue's 2 or 3 inches thick, and it sort of throws it right down the row. But then you go on down the field and it's fine. You're never gonna win. What you would really need is an air or hydraulic cylinders on those row cleaners, so that way when you came into these areas you could raise them up, then drop them back down. But it takes me about 10 minutes to go through and adjust those row cleaners. And I have to adjust it about 5 times in this 7-acre field. No thank you. So, that's where we're at. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hope they enjoy it. Remember, faith, family, farm. See you in the next one.